Alrighty, welcome back for round 3 of my wildstar kind of intro. So I'm going to kind of walk through a little bit of the character creation process here, and then we'll walk into the initial, we'll go into the initial starting area, so you can kind of get an idea of the initial gameplay. So I'm going to come over here to create character. And I'm going to go ahead and start creating my character. So I can create either Dominion, right here, or Exile. So for the Dominions, we have races called Cassians. They're basically humans, but they're kind of genetically modified, and you find a little bit about you found out a little bit about that as you play through the game. Not going to give you any major spoilers. But for all intents and purposes, they're human. They can be pretty much any class. Any class at all. They don't really get any super special abilities or anything like that. You can make a male, female. These are Draken. See this guy's face? That's what I picture Mike looking like pretty much every day. Oh, hello. And this is a Chua. Chua are interesting because they are sexless. They are neither male nor female. Which I guess can make showering confusing at times. And then there's the Makari. These are basically sentient robots. So those are your Dominion races. For your Exile races, you've got humans. These guys look like they have put balloons into their biceps. Looks kind of silly a little bit, but you get over it. The character art style is really nice in this game. It's kind of cool. Pretty whimsical looking faces and emotions. These are the Aran. They're basically cat rabbit people. For some reason, this is what I picture Shay playing right here. These are the Granok. They are basically sentient rocks. So they're made out of stone. They're big, they're bad, they're buff, they're ugly. Hold on a second. That right there, I think I pictured that as Ro. That's definitely Ro. And finally, the Mordesh, space zombies. The Mordesh have a pretty interesting history. The reason they are the way they are is that their entire race was afflicted by some kind of weird disease, which basically caused them to die. And the only way that they can stay alive is through science. So she's got test tubes in her arms filled with weird fluid and cybernetics all over the place. You can have some pretty neat little looks with these guys. So I'm going to go ahead and make him Mordesh simply for Matthew, because I know he really wants to play a space zombie. I'm going to make him an engineer. As you can see, each race has their own classes that they can be. So the Mordesh can be a warrior, an engineer, a medic, a stalker, or a spell slinger. So I'm going to go ahead and make him an engineer. I'm going to pick his path as settler. And then I'm going to do some customization on him. So you can have different looking faces. This is my favorite one. You can look at those teeth in there. And this kind of reminds me of Matt with his silly little, face mask that he always wears. So I'm gonna go with that one. Customize his face. You can change things like chin angle, chin length. All sorts of neat stuff. Change his skin color. Make him pasty white. Hairstyle. Let's give the dude dreadlocks because dreadlocks are cool. Now when you change his hair color, notice nothing changes because his hair is just giant black tubes. But so with these guys, if you go to change eye color, then all the little glowy blue bits are going to change color. Purple, orange, gray, yellow, green, pink. Yeah, not going to go with pink. We'll go facial accessories. Alright, so now we have a neat little character. What's a good name for him? We'll go with Abba Sucks, just in case Matt wants to play in Abba 6 one day. I don't want to lock the name. Just kidding, it won't happen. So, anyway, we're going to go with him. And now we will go into the starting area.
I'm sorry, sir. Our last jump to the Nexus system overloaded the reactor in that section. This ship is more than 3 centuries old.
Just find that cryopod. She's got to be there. Sadie. Sadie Brightland.
I know the name, Mr. Brightland.
Just call me Deadeye. Now quit arguing and get my wife out of cryo.
Internal sensors are out. Ship's records are unreliable at best. Wait, I think I found it. A functioning pod. Firing up the retrieval systems. Magnetic clamps released.
Lucky for you, you found her. Sadie, darling, Hey! Hey, be careful!
Sorry. Hydraulics are leaky. Hold on. Damn. The records were wrong. This isn't her. She's in a different silo.
Fine. Then whoever you just woke up is gonna help me track her down.
Reanimation nearly complete. All vitals look solid.
Good. We're gonna need every able-bodied exile we got.
I find it funny that they say all vitals look solid for a dead guy. But hey, whatever. So this is the Ark ship. The Dominion has an Ark ship, and the Exiles have an Ark ship. They're pretty much look a lot alike. The difference is that, well, one's got Dominion, one's got Exiles on it. Both Ark ships are basically racing to the planet Nexus so that the Exiles need to colonize it so they can have their own home, and the Dominion wants to mine it and basically bring it into their own empire. So this is the starting area, the very first place you're going to show up after character creation, and you've got this little dude over here named Deadeye Brightland. Deadeye is a quest giver. He's a pretty major NPC for the Exiles. As you can see, he's got a pretty nifty little outfit. That outfit is actually available to Spellslingers. So, I'm looking forward to getting that outfit one day.
I ain't one to ask for help, but I got no damn choice. I got your back. You get this done.
So this is basically the tutorial. It kind of tells you, walks you through, you know, how you go about doing stuff, how to interact with things.
You found her. Sadie, can you hear me?
I'm gonna skip through some of it so it's not all totally spoiled. Right, so now I have to get to the med bay and I get to go ride a train. Woohoo! I like trains. Kind of like, you know, Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory. Sorry, totally spaced on the fucking name. Alright, so take the train, get to go meet
Hang on, Sadie.
the
We'll
doc.
be there soon.
And this is where you first learn how to do some combat.
What is it? I fear your work. If you die, yet die well. I will end
So,
do it
if
somewhere I
you-
can find your corpse. Thank you.
If you're going to, do it somewhere you can find your corpse. This guy freaks me out. So, if you click on a quest objective, it will give you an arrow in a distance. It tells you where you need to go. So I'm going to talk to Sergeant Kara. Sergeant Kara is a Granic. She is someone that you will run into later on in the game.
Don't waste any more time now.
And she's going to give you your first weapon. Look at that puppy. Bam. Alright, so now I need to go damage a malfunctioning medbot. Where can I find a malfunctioning medbot? Oh, I can just click on my quest thing and there it is. So, off we go. So, for engineers, if you see it on here, you get this little sliding thing here. That's your volatility meter. Okay, volatility, kind of like the side points on the Esper or the focus on the Spellslinger, determine if you can light off your bigger abilities. And every time I use Pulse Blast, my volatility builds up.
Proceed.
Got something to say? Thank you. But I don't say
You'll
that
be
kind of
expecting
thing.
easy.
Alright, so it's off to the bar. Fun, fun, fun.
Let's hear it. I think you got this one.
So these little sheep, they're called rose doors. Funny story. In my Star Wars guild, we had a character whose character's name was Rose Door. And he had no clue that they were going to have sheep in a game called WildStar that were going to be called Rose Doors. I thought it was hilarious. Because there was a whole viral campaign to save the Rose Door, because one of the devs posted a video of him dropping bombs on 100 or so Rose Doors and murdering him while his character laughed. I thought it was kind of cool. And then people started doing an online fund drive to save the Rose Door and all this other fun stuff. So it became a pretty funny little inside joke. Marcus knows about it. It was kind of cool. Alright, so here I am. I got to talk to the brewmaster here.
I'm listening. You got another round in you? They ain't too far from
So
here.
this is where you get to run around and you get to meet various people, and you get to learn about their races and their classes.
We got us a new home to fight for on Nexus.
Do you have information for me?
We'll never go back to Nox.
Pretty soon, I'm going to
Nexus
be
is on now.
leveling up, which you will get to see the most awesome level up animation.
Hey, just the person I wanted to run into.
This is where I get to meet my path quest guy. He's going to tell me about being a settler.
What's the word?
Mission
care. Let's talk.
unlocked.
Listen up, okay? This is important.
I must know everything. My black hoods are deployed, but you may serve my pact as my hand in this.
So for my first path mission, I've got to pick up these beer mugs, and then I'm going to go build something that will give buffs to
Good work,
every
but that's not the end
player
of it.
that uses it. So essentially I'm going to go around and I'm going to keep gathering these things up. And then I'm going to find the place I need to go to build the beer keg, which is right here. So right here I'm going to deposit my resources in my depot. I'm going to build the brew keg.
Great,
Improvement
but
complete.
there's more to do. Get ready.
Alright, so there you go. So now I've leveled up in my I've leveled up in my path right here. Okay. So I'm about to level up in my class level, which is going to be pretty fucking epic. So here I am on the command deck. Obviously all is not well on the command deck because the world is shaking. No. Oh, there's a dude with a big check mark over his head. I guess I should go talk to him, huh?
What's the word? Oh, you leveled up. Way to go, Cupcake.
And there's your level up animation. It's pretty epic. So every time you level up, you can go into your powers window here, and you're going to have ability points and amp points. And then you can go through your various abilities right here, and you can select which ones you have in your bar. Right now I only have 2 abilities available to me. So I didn't get any ability points this time, didn't get any amp points, but as I get ability points I can go in and add them, add different levels to different abilities, and I can customize them, and I can do it on the fly without having to pay anything. The only thing right now that you have to pay for that I know of when the game launches will be to respec your amp points, and you can only do that at a vendor. So these things are based off of action sets. You can have multiple different action sets saved. Think of your gear manager in TSW. So you can flip between healing, tanking, DPS, whatever you want to do. You can build an action set for a specific boss if you wanted to. So your second action set unlocks at level 15. So if you need to change stuff before that, you need to do it in here manually. Otherwise, you can just click on the action set button and it will change your action set and your abilities and your amps right then and there. So it's kind of nice. Anyway, that's basically the first little run through bit. I'm not going to go any further in the tutorial area to avoid any spoilers for people that might be interested in playing, but it kind of gives you an idea of the gameplay. Now, what engineers can do later on is they can summon robots, they can do all sorts of nifty stuff. I'm not going to get far enough this weekend to do that, but maybe next weekend I will give me some robots and I'll show you what they can do. Alright, thanks. Later. Out.